Okay,
You just
well, welcome to Full Record Jacket.
oh,
Hello.
didn't realise we were starting.
We are on. Yes, it's Phil
Hello.
and Ben. He's got that's a Japan football shirt. So he's turning Japanese. We really think so. Normally we'd like to get into it quickly on this show, tell you what it's all about. Well, I'm afraid I can't tonight because this is a surprise show. Ben
It's a
knows
surprise.
what it's
Yeah.
all about, but I have absolutely no idea. He told me earlier on, "Oh, I've got a show idea, but it's a surprise. You're not going to know until we start." So I wait with
You will wait,
anticipation.
Phil. Well, I was up in my loft earlier because I'm doing a car boot sale tomorrow. If people across the pond know what a car boot sale is, like a yard sale, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But I was in there and I found this in there, which was quite cool, which was the ticket to the first game at the Rico Arena in 2005.
Okay,
And so I found that.
that's a
And
soccer match if you're not watching in the UK. Yeah,
yeah,
go on.
and then I found these
White pieces of paper.
white pieces of paper. Now, do you want to see what's on these white pieces of paper, Philster?
Okay,
Are you ready?
yeah. Oh, it's
What is going on
I had hair.
there?
I had hair. That's when I
You
had.
had hair. Look, I mean, and does Michael Knight know that you stole his wardrobe?
I don't know whether he knows that or not. Was it Michael Knight that I got that from? May well have been. Are you sure it wasn't her flick of the Gestapo?
It could well have been, but you are
Or
looking you are looking a bit hair flick of the Gestapo there.
was that
But
on a
look at
week? Was that on a weekend?
that was on a very cold January. I'm pretty sure it was early. It was like early 2000s, just before we started our radio show on Music
But
One.
that's put it back up again because I
That's near
think
the railway station in the
I
car park.
I hope that was at a weekend because otherwise I would have been party to you playing truant from school.
I was
Because
20 there, Phil.
oh, really?
I
Are
was,
you sure?
I,
Are you
I mean,
sure?
yeah, I mean, either that, Phil, Operation U Tree is going to find you. But look at how much we've changed. So that one there. I presume they're water pistols that we had there on this
Yeah,
day.
that was Johnny Dean took those photographs
It was
kindly for
indeed.
us for
Yeah, yeah.
nothing more than a pint of beer. I think we gave him or
Yes, and I
something.
remember it being very cold because I remember these were. I couldn't find the poster, but then there's this one as well, which I think we tried to do an Escape from Alcatraz sort of.
Was that on the old Hillmorton Mast site, which no longer
That
exists?
that was, I think, because we were gonna. These pictures were basically gonna have the logo on them, weren't they? And I think we were
There were
gonna.
various promotional posters. I think that was an outtake. We never actually made a poster with that on. I don't think. But
No. I think the only one we used was, but I thought because this basically, I know we like to talk about music, but I thought we'd take ourselves down memory lane, and then there's this one. I mean, and we had no qualms about doing these because I remember there's a few people around when we were taking these. But
that's in the park, yeah, in the middle of the town.
I mean, to be fair, my style hasn't really changed.
I don't think mine hasn't changed either.
No,
In fact, I only got rid of that jacket about 5 years ago.
And this one, I didn't know whether it reminded me of Turing Brakes or whether we are Simon and Garfunkel here. Look how ponderous we are.
That is a bit Simon and Garfunkel, isn't it?
We're very ponderous, mate.
Wow.
Am I looking at you thinking, yep, you write all the songs. I'm just the guy in the background.
It's a very like an 80s album, that is, isn't it? That's a sort of
yeah, that could quite easily be Tears for Fears there.
Something like that, yeah.
And then there's this one which could have got us arrested.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that one. Yes, I do remember that one. Yeah.
I think we. I mean, look at my little chirpy face there.
Not far from the bandstand. It's unbelievable.
That is. Look at, and then you look like you're trying to. Like you're trying to.
I'm trying to catch you.
Well, yeah. I
well,
think that was the whole. Yeah, that was the whole ethos.
I had a spring in my step there.
Of that photo, and then this one, you do look like some dodgy drug dealer on this one. But look at the old Granada Hall at the back, the old bingo place.
Right, yeah. That's now that venue. Just to bring it round for music fans, that was a gig venue in Rugby in Warwickshire
Didn't
where
the
we.
Stones play there once?
My auntie saw the Rolling Stones perform there in
That's this
1960,
place
in
here, isn't it?
1965. That was a cinema stroke theatre at the time. It's now been it's now a McDonald's. It's now been knocked down and a
Knocked down,
McDonald's.
yeah,
But a
yeah.
lot of artists played there in the 60s. Yeah.
I slept on these steps once while very, very drunk.
Okay.
But and it's quite fitting really, because on the sign there, what does it say? Police
Magistrates
station,
Court. I
magistrates
think that was the
court.
idea. Wasn't that photo supposed to? I was supposed to be a detective that was arresting you or something.
Yeah, this one's quite a good photo. I don't know what the principal ethos behind that was.
That's the lock gate on the canal.
Yeah, whether
Yeah.
we were going for a bit of Tony McCarroll in the Live Forever video, and I was supposed to be dead.
Oh, it's a bit like it's a bit like the Oasis debut album, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
Liam is lying on the is he on the floor or is he on a coffee
He's
table?
on the floor, isn't he? He's lying
Okay.
straight down the middle, isn't
Yeah.
he? Right, well, you can see it. Right there, if I tilt this round, he's up there. Look, there you go.
Oh, he's like, yes, he is on the floor. Yeah,
He's on the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tilt that back. This one, I don't quite. I think we thought this was like a mangle or something. And you were trying to.
Yeah, that you were being tortured or something. Yeah.
I mean, these were taken in 2000, so that does mean, Phil, that we've known each other for more than half of our lives.
Well, didn't we meet each other 4 years before that? Like 96, wasn't it?
96, yeah, 96, 96. And then I quite like this one. I kind of like the morning glory aspect to this one. Just two strangers walking past each
that
other.
That was the idea with that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, no, was it this one that I really like this photo? Now, I can't remember this. Was it us running down the station, or was it this one that got used on the poster?
I think the one that got used was the one where we're running along the platform because it said "Don't miss the show" or something.
Yeah. And the people on the train thought we were absolutely nuts as we were legging it out to the train. But that's actually quite a good photo there. And for all those 90s clothing geeks, they're a pair of Alessi there, a pair of Alessi trainers. I do like the multicoloured bike things. There.
I think that's all changed as well now, hasn't it? Yeah, because that roof's gone. That glass roof is gone.
Yeah, and then
I'm amazed that was allowed to be there for so long because it's quite dangerous. That was the one where that was the cement works, and everyone in the town said it looked like a space station. It was being constructed that thing where they incinerate tires and they also do something on the cement process. But didn't we say that it was ready for liftoff? I think there was another one as well. And it was something like
the show was ready.
Yeah.
And you actually look massive. I mean, I'm 6 foot, and you're what, 6'3"?
8'9".
You are literally the BFG in that photo.
Yeah.
Look at the hairline there, Phil.
That is just. I think I'm better without it, to be quite honest.
There is 2 separate hairlines going on there, isn't there?
That's just wrong. Dear me, what is that?
Yeah. Okay. So you have got better with age, Phil. So you have got better with age.
That's the only thing we can say. Yeah.
And then randomly, we took a picture of a squirrel.
Okay.
Because obviously it was obviously ferrying around for its nuts, and then it found 2 of them. Because there's David Attenborough and David Bellamy there looking at that squirrel.
That's mad.
I don't quite remember why that was taken, but
do you have any of the finished posters?
I do, but they're in the loft somewhere buried. I'm hoping to find one because I think the next this wasn't the picture that was used because I think it had our arms open wide, but this is
similar to that. I think we got closer to. Were we closer to the camera on the one that was used?
Yes, we were. Yeah,
that was supposed to be a bit hard, like the Hard Days Nights.
That sort of feel to it. And then look at these 2 strangers. You look more than 3 inches taller than me there.
I'm 3 feet taller than you, aren't I?
I thought so. Do you know what? If you just hold that there, that was an album cover. You'd be like, that's a pretty good album cover.
Yeah, we just need to make an album now to go with the cover.
Do you know what? Maybe we should change this. Maybe we could change this bit here so it's a record and maybe use that as our logo.
I think Johnny did a good job of those photos, it has to be said.
He did. I mean, bear in mind, this is before digital cameras, digital imaging. This is all film photography. But this was the only picture I remember from that day, and I remember being cold around this point because we'd driven all over Rugby taking them, and these signs had literally not long gone up, and
If you're
we,
watching again, if you're watching overseas in a country where the game of rugby is not played, we're trying to we're we're doing what rugby players do when they tackle each other, or they scrum for the ball. It's a bit like American football. They do that kind
yeah,
of thing there, don't they? But there we are. This is the town where the game began. You see,
American football, yet they only use their feet once to kick it.
is that to walk on? Yeah,
Walk on, that's
yeah.
it. Yeah. It's like if we called football handball. You know, you don't use your hands. But yeah, that's the
I'm
only picture out of a lot of them I felt kind of awkward doing. Because I remember thinking, what the hell are we doing?
Wasn't
All
there
the
another
rest
one?
of
Wasn't there another one where we were actually doing the scrum on each other? We were pushing each other. I'm sure there was
um,
another one. Yeah, there was that one.
there's that one, yeah.
Wasn't that? Was that used? I can't remember now.
I can't honestly
Absolutely
remember.
crazy.
Yeah. I just remember by that point I was getting cold.
And
But I
cars
actually
were driving past, so it was, we're getting-
thinking, who are these two freaks? But this one's a really good one. Obviously, we get another outline of your three
yeah.
hairlines. Because it almost looks like you've got a centre parting as well as...
Is that on the council? Is that the town?
Yes,
That's
it
the
is,
town
yeah.
hall, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Just
you know
across.
what? Are my feet on the floor there? Am I?
I think you're maybe sliding down there.
I was pretty cool, weren't I?
I can't believe that's 23 years ago because I can still remember that.
I know
kind
I
of.
can as well. This one was quite good because remember we tried to do it with the shadows, and that's us with our pathetic little water pistols
That's right. It was supposed to look like some kind of Western
and shoot off. Yeah.
shootout. Yeah.
See, this is a really good one. I really like this photo because it kind of sums up our chilled, laid back nature.
Yeah, that was that used on a poster? I think that was used on a poster as well.
I think that was, yeah. That's by Rugby School, wasn't it? And I think the ones where we're kind of quite relaxed are very good. Now, this is the one that I think this is one of the ones that was used.
Yeah, that's the one. That was the "Don't Miss It."
Yeah, and it had the Music One logo down here, didn't it? 90, was it 88 point something?
Yeah, I mean, this is a radio station that lasted 1 month, or it was only ever supposed to last 1 month because it was a trial. It was back in the days when anyone could buy a restricted service license and do a radio show for a month before one had been awarded for the town, and then
because it became Rugby FM, didn't it? I think.
Well,
that's
they
won
they won the contract. That company won the contract,
and we did apply. I remember you apply to them. They told us that we weren't commercial enough.
Was that right? Because we did that show for a guy who was doing it on a shoestring. And he kept it going for a month, and it was fun to do. But
we interviewed some bands, and we had a bit of a laugh with it. I broke the mayor's chain doing an Ali G impression.
You did. We interviewed the mayor. We did a lot of things that were quite good fun.
We had that band on. Were they called Superfly or something, or Flyboy?
There was a number of
Was it Flyboy who thought they were trying to be the next Sex Pistols and said, "Ooh, bad words on air"? And it's
may have been, yeah.
But we had all those quizzes, didn't we? Like Seventh Heaven, the Burning Question. We were ahead of our time, I think, because we were sort of very much sort of.
Well, I nicked a lot of the ideas or the style from. It was a bit Chris Evans, wasn't it? From
Yeah, but
the Burning Question was a very quick Chris Evans kind of thing, wasn't it?
I just remember one of the funniest things we did, and it still makes me laugh today. Is we did. You did a tape of because you rang me up. I remember saying, Dallas backwards is salad. And you came up with chicken Dallas, and you had chickens doing the...
That's right, because my colleague at the time, a guy called Paul, used to always refer to a chicken salad sandwich as a chicken Dallas sandwich, and that was the thing in the office. He said, "I'm having chicken Dallas," and he always called salad Dallas.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, we'd make him a theme from Chicken Dallas.
So we had bark, and that just, and then didn't we have a thing with we played dominoes on the radio. Domino Rally. We had the sound of dominoes falling, and it's like we did things that weren't really necessarily meant for radio.
No, it's all good fun.
We did visual things for radio, which just and we had the awful weatherman Sid Rain, who we used to kill off in imaginary ways on each new. We had the sound of a helicopter out the window. He'd read the weather. It was me with a really bad Irish accent, wasn't it? Really going, typical sort of. And he was cut up by helicopters, fell off of cliffs, got hit by a trampoline, and he used to tell the weather using seaweed, didn't he?
I've still got some tapes of all this.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. The Rugby Hard Men. The Phil and Grant. The Ronnie and Reggie of rugby. Look at us. We are the Gary and the other Kemp brother who sort of slips my mind right now. But Kemp and Kemp. Mitchell and Mitchell. Ronnie and... We are the Craze. If Poundland did the Craze. And then this one, I think we tried to pretend that we were in prison, but it's quite clearly, if this was a prison, it's not really fit for purpose, because that's clearly the band hut. And
I now remember that. Now you're saying that,
yeah, which probably would have worked if it was shot slightly closer in.
If it had been cropped, it might have worked.
And then there we are. A bit. This is the last one I could find.
Oh, that closer on the tunnel. Yeah,
a bit closer. I like
the other one's. The other one's better though. The other one was better when they were further back.
The other one was better. But yeah, there's a little trip down memory lane. So I thought, we always talk about music and stuff like that, and I thought, why not give the people that listen to us a harp back to when Phil had hair and more hairlines than he should really have ever had.
Seriously, more than I should ever have had.
Yeah. So I thought that'd be a nice little surprise for you, Phil, to relive our youth. And looking at it, I mean, if I go back if I find a picture, 1 second, I know this whole visual thing on thingy doesn't work, but I don't care. This is interesting. I can ramble for ages while I'm doing.
Which one are you finding?
I'm finding this one because I don't think, if you look at me there, look at me now, there, no, I haven't aged.
No,
I'm literally Benjamin Button. Look, I could just be talking to you now. Look, hi Phil.
Yeah.
Even though I think I've grown into my ears slightly because look at them, like 2 satellite dishes attached higgledy-piggledy to the side of my head. Hi Phil.
Did you have an ear transplant?
Yeah, with Prince Charles by the looks of it, or King Charles.
Well, it does look like that, doesn't it? Because they're definitely. Are you actually the same? There's this conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney was replaced in 1966.
Yeah, with
Paul
McCartney.
Are you sure you weren't replaced?
I could well have been. Yeah. I mean, look at those lugholes.
They're not the same. I think you've had them cosmetically altered.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think they're. I'm still handsome though. I mean, obviously got more facial hair now, but look at those '90s trainers though. Look at them.
That was the peak of cool.
That was the peak of cool. I am the peak of cool. Am I? Please tell me I am. But yeah, so there we go, Phil. I thought I'd take you down memory lane. A little surprise show for you. I thought you'd like them. I will put them on our Instagram, which
great, superb, yeah, fantastic, yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
At Full Record Jacket, you can find it on there, and
I suppose I'm not going to be able to stop you, am I? So you might as well just carry on with it, yeah.
Well, I've just shown them to the literally internet doesn't die, Phil. So me putting that up there like that. Doesn't matter how many times you try and delete this video, it's going to be out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
So there we go. But there, a trip down memory lane, people.
Thanks for that, Ben. We'll be back with another music video, the sort of thing we normally do, very soon. Thanks for watching. I normally ask for comments, but please, I'd probably rather not.
No, lots of comments about Phil's hairline and like and subscribe.